Just when we think we have all the answers, they change up all the questions on us. These New York Jets just embarrassed us on national television. Well, I guess it wasn't national, it was regional, but still regionally, we were regionally embarrassed. And now we have questions. It's time to pick up the pieces. We have questions, and I guess based on last episode, we answer it. You could also answer it. Answer in the comments. Answer to us. We'll try to answer each other. But we asking questions. We know that's happening for sure. We're live. It's Boy Green meets Wudi.
Can you guys help us get a jet chant here? Yeah, going.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Come on in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go!
J-E-T-S, Jet, Jet, Jet! Let's go! J-E-T-S, Jet, Jet, Jet! Let's go! How you doing?
Third Party Thursday.
Chris joining us here on the program with a capital P here on the program.
Jake Asman, come on down. How you doing, good sir?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, Boy Green is known for having the intro, but Wudi, that was unreal, man. Thanks for the kind words, son.
We are men of many names.
My favorite Austrian Jets fan right there,
Nice.
baby. Boy Green.
Meets Wudi. Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy, James Wudi. You already know we are Wudi, rocking everywhere. I see you guys in the comments out here already. I see the vibes. The vibes are high. And let's talk about somebody who might have some takes that seems like they high. We're talking about the boy who became king, none other than the guy behind this channel. We talking about Mr. Paul Esden Jr. How are you doing, my good sir? All in white. How are you doing?
And I expect to remain clean. My uniform at the beginning of the game will be my uniform at the end of the game. Ain't getting any green grass stains outside of this BG on this cat, baby. So I'm ready to put out a clean performance on Boy Green Meets Wudi today. That's the goal. We'll see if I achieve it by the end of the program.
Yes, I mean you should. I hope there's not too much risk of that happening. I don't know what could be happening. You know, maybe 90s Nickelodeon, some slime just come out of nowhere. But hopefully that's not the case. And you'll be safe today. Safe today from the stains.
Hey, by the way, a song that's been playing on my Spotify playlist recently is "It's All That."
Hey.
So I've just been in the car. So, like you look over at a car and then you just see him like dance around. Like, what the hell are they listening to? If you've been seeing me doing the "It's All That," that's me as I'm waiting at a traffic light and I'm just like getting very animated. People are like, what is going on with that guy? All that, baby. Oh, yeah.
We got to play that at the tailgate. It is a fire song.
It is. Oh, if you get me, the body will be moving and a grooving. So, hey,
Okay, well, we're ready yet? Get set. You know what I'm saying? We can do that at the tailgate for real, because you already know this tailgate. For those of you who don't know, you've heard about it. You've heard about it already.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about it's less than 3 weeks away.
I'm
still, chomping at the bit. We're gonna have a grand old time. I can't wait to meet everybody, dance with everybody, eat some delicious food. All of that at MetLife Stadium. So yeah, we're gonna have to get that on the playlist for sure, because it's all about the good vibes. All about the good vibes, which we trying to bounce back from with last week.
That was definitely rough. There's no question about it. And I think our Tuesday show is the perfect mix of recapping what happened in the Bills game, but not like doing it 2 days later, but with a forward-thinking process, questions that need to be answered before the Bucs game, but obviously were created potentially in the Bills game or even the Steelers game before. So I think this is sort of a perfect combination. But before we get to all that, we got some news. Now, after I tell you this news, you may say that sound effect was a bit over dramatic, but nonetheless, we do everything 100, a buck, as the kids say. So let's hit it. and it is this. NFL Network insider Mike Garafolo says the Jets are exploring a potential family reunion. Look at that guy. You're like, 23? Who the hell is that? That is Arthur Millette, the veteran defensive back who was with the team for 2 seasons in 2019 and 2020. He worked out with the Jets today. Garafolo said there will be no immediate signing for Millette, who has had offers and inquiries from other teams, but he's looking for the right fit and opportunity. And I want to get your immediate thoughts on this, Wudi, because always when I see him move, the journalistic antenna shoots up. Is this just simple exploration for the old injury speed dial and having a guy ready that you're familiar with? You work him out. You're like, okay, we know what his physical condition is right now. If we have to make a call, who are you going to call? Not the Ghostbusters, Arthur Millette, potentially for a corner injury. Or is this saying something? Because Corey Black, the Giants rookie corner that ended up on the Jets practice squad, he was in elevation this past week, which I thought was curious. I thought that might mean something for an injury, but no injury occurred, so he was just sort of there. And now they're exploring this. So I'm curious, what are they doing? Are they just doing due diligence homework or what? But Arthur Millette, he had some moments with the Jets for a couple of years ago.
You always know that the truth starts escaping when the pitch of the voice starts going. He had some moments, or he get to say it normal because we don't know if it's true. But if we're talking about what does this mean for the Jets regime, the grand scheme of things, I think this is a good sign that they're doing this because they are leaving no stone unturned. That is, verbatim what Aaron Glenn said, no stone unturned. Every player, every coach is going to get evaluated. And now they're, after looking at some of the internal stones, now they're looking externally to see, okay, where do we measure up? So I like this a lot. I think a huge thing that we did not like about the previous regime was how slow they were to move. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. Years of things not working out. They're still trying to convince themselves. This regime is not doing that at all. We need results. We need things to work. All right. If our guys here in the building aren't cutting it, all right, Arthur Millette, you're up. Let's see what you got. So I think it's a nice sign of who this regime is. It speaks to the identity that I think we already thought of this current regime. But of course, if we talk about like needle, moving moves, this ain't one of them.
And that's just fair to say. It's just not. And I don't want to dress it up as something it's not. And I heard some people speculating: is this a Michael Carter II thing? Is this a Brandon Stevens thing again? I thought that initially because players are elevated from the practice squad the day before. So when the Jets elevate Corey Black, I'm like, oh, shoot. I hope that doesn't mean something for Michael Carter II. And like I said, it didn't. We got to the next day, and Michael Carter II played. So, again, maybe it's just due diligence here. I'm not exactly sure. And for those on the quick, people were asking about where the hell has Millette been since? Long story short, here's the skinny. 5'9", 190 pounds. Entered the league as an undrafted free agent in 2017. He has played for 6 NFL teams during his 9 years in the NFL. A couple years for the Saints, Colts, back to the Saints, with the Jets for 2 years, with the Steelers for 2 years, and then the last 3 years he's been with the Baltimore Ravens for most of that time, and he spent some of the offseason with the Houston Texans this offseason. And he's got experience. He's appeared in 85 games, has made 23 starts. He's been a fine cornerback. He's not an all-pro, not a superstar, not a Pro Bowler, but he is a NFL cornerback. And people, when they hear that, they get really offended. Like perception, like I'm saying he's booty cheeks. No, I'm just saying that he's a professional and he could just play the cornerback position if we need him to play the cornerback position. So he's an all right player. Again, the Jets have not signed him, and apparently, according to Mike Garafolo, he has no plans to immediately sign with anybody. He's just Jets are on my list, and then he can filter through any potential offers that happen. But just wanted to start there with the news that was coming in to give a shout out to our boy Arthur Millette. I need to get those AM hats. Get those cranking.
Yeah, I don't know how many of those they're gonna fly off the shelf, but all good because as you already know, there are questions. I think I started the last questions round, so
okay.
I can pass it over to you.
Ooh, okay.
I would love to hear where you're at. 'Cause remember, for those of you who watch the show, watch the channel, I did pop in on Sunday. And I
You
said,
did? Yeah. Mhm.
here, don't this. Hey, come on now, turn that frown upside down. So, I want to hear your first question. I want to see if your internal frown is indeed upside down or just like a regular frown.
I appreciate the long-winded pitch for that, and I would say, and this is with anything in life, and I know a lot of people are different. That Sunday sucked. I mean, that was awful. And in the moment, it was awful, and it was hard to produce any other words. I can't even imagine rewatching the end of that live stream for like the final 15 minutes. I'm like, bull, blah, blah. I don't know how many insightful things I said as the Jets were getting skull fucked on Sunday. Excuse my Guatemalan. So, but I've recovered, and now I'm ready for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. By the way, a couple of things there. First off, guys, like the video, hit subscribe if you guys are watching on YouTube. We're streaming live in 5 different destinations: my YouTube, my Twitter, my Instagram, James Wudi's Instagram, and Take Flight Talk, his preeminent YouTube channel, talking all things New York Jets. Please show your support for my guy as he continues to chase monetization. He wants to get his virtual cup in the streets, and he wants you to throw your change in it, baby. So make sure you guys get involved in all that. And real quick, a shameless self-promotion. Earlier today, I had the great pleasure of speaking with a great friend of the show, Trevor Sikkema of Pro Football Focus and all the likes. For Boy Green Coffee Club members, that interview is available right now. We talk Jets Bucs, talked me drooling over the Buccaneers draft class, Baker Mayfield, Justin Fields. Can Justin Fields be the Baker Mayfield, and all this other jazz? We had a nice little 40-minute conversation. You guys can find that out again. Boy Green Coffee Club members have access to that interview right now. The general public will get access to that in about 24 hours. So good luck to all you guys out there as well. That's a long
question. I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. On Instagram, while you were plugging all the spaces, I was like, you know what? Sure. Let me peek.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sure. We got a question in here. Rated R said, "Isn't MC3? I believe we're talking about MC2.
Oh, his son. Phenomenal.
His son. Maybe. But isn't he still hurt from Sunday's game? Can you speak on that real quick?"
Yes, I believe it's before Sunday's game. He was a questionable injury designation with that shoulder, so he ended up playing in the game. So I guess technically speaking, he could still continue to be battling with that shoulder, which again could be Arthur Millette. Maybe homework there from that perspective. So is he still hurt? Yeah, I suppose. He was also hurt before that too. So we should get a full injury report from AG on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. If you guys are listening to this live, we'll get an AG report tomorrow on Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine, although posted a lot of positive updates on his own Twitter account, so that makes you feel good about that one. That one was a little scary, but Michael Carter and a bunch of other ones. There's a slew of injuries, but long story short, we have no updates on any of those. But I love that was the question. So MC2 is still battling through that. So take that for what you will. Who was the guy on Instagram? Rated R what?
A whole bunch of number. I just stopped that rated R. But yeah, rated R 91178. Oh, if that's your birthday, happy belated birthday.
Oh, sure. That's a good point. Yeah. So the Rated R superstar on James Woody's Instagram. Appreciate that. Yes. But that's actually my first question. So let's, I won't get cute here. It's the health status of Justin Fields. That is a massive question the Jets have to answer. He suffered a concussion at the end of the game. Joey Bosa blew out Justin Fields' brains on the field twice in a row, and it looked scary in the moment, and he hobbled off the field, and his status is in question. We could probably do another show about this in the future, but I'll give the fast-forwarded version. There's a 5-step protocol to go through the NFL's official new concussion protocol, and there's a lot of steps, and to make up the difference in a short period of time, it sometimes can be very difficult for a player to return that quickly. So long story short, folks, you better learn some Tyrod Taylor, okay? Because that may be the starting quarterback for the New York Jets, but none of that is official. Again, let's see. Maybe Justin Fields pops right back up tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But that is my overall question, Woody, that I'll both answer myself, which I did a little bit there, and give to you. This is the health status of Justin Fields. And we talked about before the year, this is a guy that has not stayed healthy throughout his entire career. And if he is set to miss this game as is, then that will be another season in which he was unable to complete a full year. And yeah, he got roughed up in that game, specifically at the end of that contest. And now his status is in question, which Tyrod Taylor, AG already confirmed he would be the starting quarterback. Not that we need confirmation. He was the only other quarterback on the 53-man roster. And Brady Cook's on the practice squad. Maybe another quarterback signing to come as well. So Justin Fields' health status has to be question number one heading into this game.
Yeah, he went down. Like you said, the concussion protocol, I feel like it's a little hefty. So if I'm a betting man, Fields is not playing. He is not playing. If it was up to me, oh my God, just sit down, take a seat, and let Tyrod do some work. I did when we did our three predictions, right? We said it was a big deal. We're gonna check and see how we do with the predictions.
Oh yeah,
one of mine, was that Justin Fields would not play full 17-game season. So that's the early turnaround for one of my season.
Wow, that happened a little quicker than I would have liked. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Yes, but no, I think we need it though. I think we need this reset. Tyrod's not going to be missing the open guys that Fields was missing that prolific clip this last game. So I think I do think he will be out. I think Tyrod can play. I think we are going to be pleasantly. A lot of people will be pleasantly surprised. I feel like Tyrod gets too much disrespect from this fan base. Meanwhile, like he's done nothing bad to us. And I have yet to check this, but he literally might have a touchdown in every single Jets appearance that he has. He might.
Probably because the 49ers last season, the Bills game later in the year. Yeah, that's certainly possible. I've never thought about that stat, but yeah, that's possible. Sure.
So I'm looking forward to it. To answer my guy Barney's question on Take Flight Talk, Mike White, he actually was just signed to the Bengals
practice squad.
Guy. Yeah. I mean, come on now, you always out here with the asterisk for my guy Mike White. Come on.
But that's a good thing, is what I'm saying. And here's why for Barney. If the Jets want Mike White, they're going to steal his ass. They already stole once from the Bengals. Isaiah Williams, thank you. I wish they'd give him back after one game. I'm so sorry. Thank you. But yeah, they could do it again. Swipe or no swiping. They could if they wanted to.
That's true. That's true. Well, this goes directly into my first question. Actually, it wasn't my first question, but this is the question.
Is this quarterback related?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll save my follow-up. Yeah.
Can Tyrod Taylor not get hurt in a full NFL game? Which I know, Boy Green's laughing, but it's been a little bit of time, and and if you're a Jet fan who's not really following the league like that, then you actually have memory of knocking Tyrod Taylor out of a game more than once, right? In the years that I've followed that, yes, he has started and finished games for the Giants. He actually did a very nice job a couple of years ago. But for the Jets, we see him in garbage time. Usually, doesn't get hit too much. He actually was getting hit this past Sunday, and every time I was like, oh, damn. So I think that's, I like Tyrod. I think his skill set, you're going to see an offense that's moving the football with Tyrod at the helm. But I do not want to see Brady Bunch Quinn out here talking about, or Cook, sorry, Brady, just suiting up for my football team week 3 of live NFL play. I really do not want that. So I need Tyrod to stay healthy all 4 quarters.
Can he? what an interesting question. And as you sort of answered, it's easier said than done for this young man of having the opportunity to do that. I mean, the weird stuff that Tyrod has been through of getting your lung punctured by the doctor right before the game, and Justin Herbie, time to get your first start. How did these things happen? The broken ribs against Michael Clemens. I mean, there has been a lot of crazy ass stuff in his very long career. He's been in the league for 14 years. That's a long ass time. And he's never started a full season once in his entire career. It's just never happened. So, can he stay healthy? And here, even like the appearance where he stepped in the Bills game, he was holding the ball. And I think it was AJ Epinesa was like coming after him because he kept stepping up the pocket. He's like, oh, maybe I can wait. And then he threw it and then boom, his body crippled and he got up like grimacing. I'm like, oh, dear God. He was in here for 5 minutes. So that does concern me that the Jets break the glass emergency for Justin Fields is in fact Tyrod Taylor, who also requires break the glass emergency for somebody else. I'm not sure if he can, Woody. I'm not sure if he can. But I hope he can. But I'm not sure if he can. I don't feel very confident in it whatsoever, which might answer my next quarterback question I want to throw at you, Woody. And it's this, because right before our show, because Mahar Khalil said at the beginning of the show, this is the greatest 3 p.m. show of all time. And obviously, of course it is. But I was listening to a show that could be the best 2 o'clock show of all time, Jets Final Drive, with Connor Hughes and Zach Rosenblatt. I was listening to that show, and Connor Hughes and Zach Rosenblatt were saying, hey, if Tyrod Taylor plays pretty well, like on Sunday, hey, AG, what do you do now? Is it going, you're giving the ball back to Justin Fields? So I turn this question to you, James Woody, and I'll allow you to answer first my question. If Tyrod Taylor plays well, does he give the job back to Justin Fields, or does he remain the starting quarterback?
10 times out of 10, 7 days a week, twice on a Sunday. Anytime that AG can give that job back to Justin Fields, he's going to give the job back. He's right. QB1.
Yeah.
That is what AG decided. That is what we all have to live with. And you know that is what it is. So, Tyrod, I do expect the ball to move. And in terms of wins and losses, unfortunately, there are other phases of the game, and one of them is looking like the worst in the league right now. So, I can't talk about wins and losses, but I can talk about, an offense moving the football. I think they will. I think in terms of, fantasy, starting Jets in fantasy or getting a parlay, you need, somebody to get 40 yards in a game. As a matter of fact, talking about 40 yards in a game, when Justin Fields went out of the game, Garrett Wilson had like 12 yards. But he did get to 40 because of Tyrod Taylor. So in terms of stuff like that, I think you'll see a difference. But there's no argument about that. It's Fields' job. That's what they did. They chose him. And it's actually kind of crazy for someone to bring that up. So that's actually where I'll go with this next one. Because I feel like it's crazy for somebody to bring this up. But I've seen a prominent force in Jets land ask this question. And I'm like, come on now. It's
Wudi had his first come on man of the season. Okay. Wow. All right.
It's too early to be wavering from this question. But the question is,
all right,
do you believe in AG? Aaron Glenn.
Oh, I did. Oh, I know who you're talking about. So I will leave prominent voice, whoever that may be in our universe alone. Come on, man. That's the right appropriate response. What are we doing? Was Sunday awful? Yes. I think 2 things can totally be true. Week 1, encouraging, but we lost. Week 2, discouraging, and we also lost and lost bad. But I think in the same breath of like, and we should analyze this team. We need to not get cute. We need to address, and that's what we're doing. Hopefully, these major questions before the Bucs game say, man, the Jets fucked up this. Man, we need to fix this. But I think we could say that one breath and the other breath go, but AG, it's a second game. He's got to figure it out. You got to go through the pieces. And apparently those are Lego pieces. And as I joked the other day, my recent interactions with Lego pieces are at 2 a.m. stepping on them for my children. So Lego pieces are different for different people. And I would say this as it pertains to all this conversation. And to me, it's very simple. Folks, I'm a crazy ass Jets fan, and me and Wudi have a yin and yang relationship on this program. Every year I'm like, Super Bowl, baby. And Woody's like, what are you talking about, man? I'm like, okay, playoffs. He's like, what are you talking about, man? So I always go all over the place. But like, I'm me. So you sort of accept that for what you are. I'm the crazy uncle on Thanksgiving. You're like, that crazy old bastard. He says all kinds of crazy stuff every year. But like, Vegas set the over-under at 5.5 wins. That's what the Vegas number was. Now all of a sudden the Jets get blown up by the Bills. We're like, wow, fire AG before the end of the year. I'm like, what? Whoa. Our boy, who Wudi, you chose to sit with. I want to make sure this is perfectly clear. Indy Jets. I'm calling you out if you're listening on the show. Indy Jets on, I don't know, all the shows blend together and I do too many. It must have been the Monday show. He calls in and says, hey, if AG doesn't clean up his shit, basically, before the bye, he could be done. I'm like, what? So I was like, good Lord. So he signed a 5-year deal, man. But the point is that we're emotional and we're passionate and all those things. But there is no way in. Do I believe in AG? Absolutely. Unequivocally, I believe in AG. A question I will sort of work in here, and we could sort of talk about this too. AG said immediately after the game, when asked a series of questions like, oh, run defense, what was your perspective on it? He's like, gotta watch the tape. And so he didn't answer those questions. But credit to AG, the next day on Monday, he has another press conference in the morning. He had since watched the tape. And what he said was on run defense, I can say, and I'm sort of paraphrasing here for AG, I could say without a shadow of doubt, effort was not an issue, AG says, watching the tape. I didn't see effort being an issue. Over pursuit, I saw being an issue, but effort and hustle, lack of those kind of things was not an issue. And if you look at the James Cook 44-yard touchdown run to the house, it sure looks like, oh, Brandon Stevens on the old hamstring. He hit the pull-up button at the 20-yard line. And that seemed to be a hustle effort issue. So my question out here is to this, Wudi. Is AG, when he says at the podium, I didn't see hustle as an issue, is he being honest and that's really what he believes? Or is he simply saying that to us, the media, so we don't go crazy with headlines saying, oh, yeah, effort was clearly an issue, because we would be lining up the shows with that headline. And is he just saying it and saying, hey, to shut up the media? But really in-house, he's actually holding people accountable. He's saying, hey, Clemens, hey, Brandon Steven, hey, guys, hey, man, that's unacceptable and you're not going to do it. I'm saying the right things to the media because I'm not turning this into a bigger firestorm than it needs to be, but hell no, you guys can't be doing this. So my question to you, Wudi, is what is the truth? Is AG saying false things at the podium? Is he covering for his guys but actually holding them accountable? Well, is he not holding them accountable? I think that's a question in the question about the AG evaluation.
This question I feel like is a little bit what's the word? Like almost, exaggerated. Like AG clearly, he clearly does not care at all about what the media is saying.
Right.
So I don't think much to play this type of game. Like to play a game like, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna, make something up and get your back, and then we're gonna do. No, I think if he says words, I am taking them for what they mean. And I think that's how he felt. And I think, either upon further inspection or whatever, he can address things as they come up. And it doesn't have anything to do with his media presser. But I would not take that and say, oh, he's not holding guys accountable. I mean, he clearly has been holding guys accountable. I mean, we've seen it. in the roster, and then we've also seen it with his reaction on the sideline. I've seen Saleh, rip refs a lot, for ridiculous calls. I really don't think I've seen him just like go at a player though. And AG went at Clemens, when he had the boneheaded play on 3rd and 19. So I wouldn't say it's like one or the other like that. I think AG said what he said. I think he did mean what he said, but I also think he's definitely doing his best to hold these guys accountable because that's his whole shtick.
Do you believe that hustle or effort was an issue in the Jets-Bills game? Or a lack of hustle effort, to be specific?
I mean, I definitely can't say I know it better than AG.
Of course not.
He's there.
100%. And I said that whatever day I was, it had to be maybe this morning. Again, all the shows blend together. That I'm not an all-22 guy. I don't pretend to be. I used to play football, and I enjoy that part of my life, and whatever that hopefully contributes in any of these football conversations, that hopefully that adds something of some value. But I don't pretend to be an all-22 guy. Aaron Glenn has forgot more film than I will ever know. But, boy, you look at that clip, that sure looks like something. And I'm talking about Brandon Stevens. That's just one play. There was others, but that's just one play I happen to be bringing up that kind of looks a little sideways.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We hyper focus. We got the magnifying glass on one play. I think we micro managing a little bit.
Fair enough.
Before I don't even know who has the next question. I guess it's me because you just asked that question.
Yeah.
But we got a super chat that we need to address before that though.
This is a gold brick yellow super chat from our main squeeze, Luby Super Jets fan, who, by the way, will be at our Jets Cowboys tailgate.
Wow.
Let me see if this thing is working. Ding, ding, ding. Yep, solid gold, baby. Lou B with a $10 super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. And he's bringing the Sprinter, the Beast, with the DJ booth out of the back. And by the way, salute to Lou B. He is donating that to the tailgate, providing a DJ, providing the Beast, the Sprinter to add to the tailgate. And that means the world. So Lou B, thank you so much for that. His comment says, one of the issues with the Jets is the fan pressure. Not supporting AG is a crime against this team. He is true green, and for this season, we need to be behind him. He has been going as hard as can be. For those that have not seen the interview, and again, some people, of course, are not Boy Green Coffee Club members, so you have not seen the interview yet. I thought that was an interesting layer of the Trevor Sikkema conversation I had with him earlier. Again, that will be open to the general public tomorrow afternoon. But he talked about the pressures or lack thereof of being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, he wasn't necessarily comparing it to the Jets, but as a Jets guy, I was naturally comparing it in my head of when things go wrong and that there's a belief. I think he was talking about Baker Mayfield, not Todd Bowles. With Baker, if he had a couple of bad games, people would go, fuck that, get Baker Mayfield the hell out of here. This polarizing thing that's in New York, Justin Fields' greatest game of all time. We're like, woo, terrible game. Geez, where's Tyrod Taylor? And people were sort of on this thing. He says that doesn't exist in Tampa, and that there's just a belief. We're we're riding with you for better or for worse, and who cares, whatever. And the media pressure isn't as intense in Tampa Bay as it is with the Jets. Again, he wasn't comparing it, but I was just naturally comparing it in my head. So I think we should support, AG by default, because, again, all those relationships where, to me, everyone starts off at 0 until things happen. We are 2 games into a 5-year contract. Woody Johnson needs to be all in on this guy. I don't want to see him or anyone else meddling. AG deserves to see this thing through for better or for worse. And if after 3 or 4 years it's terrible, then okay, then we'll talk about changes and things of that nature. But I want to give him time. I want someone to get their roots in here and try to see if they can fix some problems, because it is not, and as AG said, and that bothered a lot of people, this is an instant coffee league. It's not instantaneous. He wishes it was. It's going to take time for it. All these guys aren't his. There's a lot of holdovers from previous regimes. He's trying to figure this thing out, and he deserves to figure it out. What are your thoughts?
I mean, for just about every coach, it's going to take some time. Even there has been some instant coffee situations. The Bengals in their first year with Jamar Chase, made it to the Super Bowl. But our boys, they haven't really done much in the playoffs since. So if you want, a steady, solid regime, which is that's what we want. We want, sustained winning football that does take time to build. On the flip side, and this isn't Aaron Glenn's fault, but the fan base, like our fan base, deserve better than what we've been getting, being a laughing stock in the NFL for 15 years. Laughing stock every day. And it gets worse. You put, lipstick on a pig, tell me it's something else, and guess what? It's still oinking, and that's how people feel in week 2, getting embarrassed on regional television again. They're like, damn, it's still a pig. And
Regional television.
That is the issue here. So while I'm not blaming AG. AG is not why we have a 15-year playoff drought. There's a lot of things that you cannot blame on AG. So he does have my support. He definitely has my respect. But in the same vein, I can't be out here talking about 0-17, but we coming back next year. We need to see something. Consistency, and that's what AG said, right? How is he measuring if this is a good season? He didn't say, if we go 10-7. He didn't say, if we make the playoffs. He said, if the fans can look at this team and be like, this is a team that we're proud of, because that means the wins are coming. Right now, I think a lot of fans were proud week 1, being like, wow, damn, we could have done something. DK, that lucky catch, all that type of stuff. I think we were proud. There's no pride after week 2.
Jesus.
So supporting AG, all for it. Respecting AG, all for it. But I don't think we should be okay with losing for the sake of losing, which I'm not saying Luby is saying. Luby's our guy. Can't wait to party with him October 5th. But I'm just saying, because that's part of it. There are people that are like that. Like, I don't even, this season's a mulligan. First season, we can do whatever. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. We got to be building, because you keep talking about a 5-year contract. I don't have 5 years. I don't have another 5 years to sit on the outside looking in.
I'm so sorry to hear. Yeah.
That's to sit on the outside of the playoffs. 5 more years of no playoffs. Come on now.
Of course not.
So,
I think what we want to see is steady progress. And I think week 1 was progress of okay, we're competing. But here's the other thing. It also depends on your perception, right? So Bills I don't give a flying hoot what anyone else's perception is. They're clearly a Super Bowl team and all these other things. They've won the division 5 years in a row. Their perception is very easy. Steelers are a little bit more difficult, even though they've had a long run of success. What are the Steelers this year? Are they a playoff team? Especially getting waxed by multiple touchdowns. Although we don't, this is a Jets show, not a Steelers show. I'm not going to get into their special teams turnover that flips some certain parts of the game and things of that nature, but they lose by multiple scores to Seattle. What are the Steelers? That makes you feel differently perhaps about where this goes. But Lou B, by the way, you have 8 raffle tickets for our contest that is reflected in the scrolling ticker down below. So let's go. Yeah, Barney Miller on Take Flight Talk. Week 1, proud. Week 2, depressed. Looking forward to the next one-word response after the Jets-Bucs game, baby, in week 3. Hopefully it's a better adjective to describe everything that's going on. You said, who is it now, me or you there, Woodster?
I'll go.
Okay.
This is I only have 2 questions left, Boy Greens. This one is a quick one.
Okay.
How many more weeks will we go before we stop allowing 30 points in a football game?
Here's this. By the way, shout out to Zach Rosenblatt and Connor Hughes. Again, I referenced Jets Final Drive again. I'll start off with a trivia question, Wudi.
It's I asked the question, but it's the Daily Double
Yeah,
Like,
right. Son of a damn it. How many times in the Robert Saleh era did the Jets allow 30 points in back-to-back weeks?
that might have actually never happened. Like that used to be a stat that he was so good with that. But now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like it had to have happened once. Like maybe even in like the Mike White, like the Colts that week, and then the Bills. Then 30 is the number that was okay, yeah. So definitely the Colts and the Bills that year, the Mike White year. And I'm gonna say it happened one other time. So I'm gonna go with final answer 2.
Oh, wow. Very impressive. You nailed the last time that it had happened. It was 2021. So the first year of Robert Saleh, as a matter of fact. So you nailed it. You nailed it. There you go. Which, again, right? So everyone's like, right? We always want to make fun of the ex-girlfriend. She's ugly. It was this. It was a million things. Like, Aaron Glenn has done something that Robert Saleh hadn't done in 3 years. So, like, it had been a long ass time before we got to, we're talking about 4 years, as a matter of fact, with my math. 4 years ago was the last time it had happened. So when does it stop? Boy, week 3 you play Tampa. They're pretty explosive. But here's the good news: that as explosive as they've been, if you look at their scores, they've averaged basically 20 points per game through the first 2 weeks. Now they haven't played the Jets defense yet, so there might be a soup up there. But I think it stops this week. I don't think the Jets allow 30 points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you know all the weaponry?
I am aware. Emeka Ibuka, Mike Evans, Cade Otton, Rashad White, Bucky Irving, Baker Mayfield. Yeah, there's a few guys. I think it's close, but I don't think they allow 30 plus.
That's crazy. I mean, obviously, I hope not. I'm tired of seeing it. Like you just said with the Saleh era. Yes, you should be impressed. This is what I'm telling you, boy. I'm the numbers guy. I've been working with the numbers,
Sure.
Yeah, and Saleh, he was my guy. Why was he my guy? Because the defense was something that I had not seen in a long time before him. The 30 points, the defense as a whole, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. And you guys, I'll never forget. And I don't want to name because he is in the comments today, so I'm not gonna name him. But I remember he was getting at me like, "Why? Who cares what the previous fan base thought about Brandon Stevens? Like he's a Jet now. He about to do all this serious work." And I said, "Yeah, I don't care what color jersey he has on. This dude is trash." And they was coming at me, no. And here we go. Believe in AG. That's what I said. If anyone knows this position better than AG, who is it? I don't know, because AG, we're gonna trust AG with the cornerback position. And I said, you have misplaced your trust. And Stevens is but it's not just him. I could pretty much say almost everybody besides like Quentin and Sauce, has serious work to do. And I know Sauce, didn't get Josh Allen on that blitz, but how many people are not going to get Josh Allen on that blitz? Like, that's not something I'm going to be like, oh, Sauce escape. But
I mean, he should have had the sack.
Nah.
Don't go up top on Josh Allen. That's pretty obvious. He just
but you wrap up Josh Allen, he's still bringing it. No,
hold him like a chihuahua. Hold him around the ankles and hope someone else comes up. Juwan Briggs, when he had the sack on Josh Allen, he grabbed him, and Josh Allen's trying to fight away, and he's like, "I'm holding on for dear life. Please help others." And then they swarm and got him down. That's what you got to do if you're Sauce. I don't expect Sauce to lay out Josh Allen and then be flexing on top of him and going like choo, or doing the Quincy. That if that happens, shoot, can't wait for that. But like, that's not going to happen. So just, but do like, we didn't expect the Jets, the majority. I tried to predict it. It didn't happen. The majority didn't expect the Jets to beat the Bills. Okay. The majority of us don't expect Sauce Gardner to wipe out Josh Allen. But like, there are levels to the black and white of like, he could have done it a better job. I don't think we should just wave the magic wand and say, A lot of people would have missed that. Like, what? We got to hold Sauce accountable.
Okay, I'm just he did. I cannot be like, oh, he had a bad game because of that play.
Oh, I'm not saying he had a bad game. I don't
was
know.
that play? Could he have done a better job that play? Sure, but I'm gonna go at Steve Wilks for even putting my guy in that situation. Come on now.
Oh,
no, what do you mean? What do you mean personnel?
Order blitz? Who else? What are you going to send Brandon Stevens instead? I think not.
Yes, he's better than in coverage. No, what are you talking about?
He's equally terrible in both.
No, that's what I'm saying. You got to know your personnel. I think this defense.
What about the Sauce blitz against Teddy Bridgewater in the Jets-Dolphins game a couple years ago?
Yeah, knocked him out of the game.
Right. So personnel, what? What happened on that?
But now this is Josh Allen. This is a different beast. This is
okay.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. That's true. That's true. My guy Taylor Sterling was saying, he's shrugging off 300-pounders. You got to know personnel. Steve Wilks. Now, again, like we said, it's 2 weeks. Everything that we say right now, you could classify as over exaggeration. But the defense and Steve Wilks, I mean, I'm starting to see there might be a reason why my man was on the couch before AG.
Oh, he was an advisor for the College of Charlotte, sir. He was not on some couch. Okay? The 49ers, which is what they were. Which I guess.
Yeah. What are you talking about? The Kyle Shanahan hated his guts. Couldn't get him out of that building fast enough.
I know, but I'm just saying I could have said a better, like you said, he was on the couch. He was on the 49ers. You're like, 49ers? The Charlotte 49ers. I could have executed that better. I did a poor job. But nonetheless, let me throw another one at you. James Wudi's reaction when Hassan Reddick walks on the field for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be what?
I don't care.
Hey, how about this? I joke with this with Trevor, who got a good laugh out of this. Hassan Reddick, through the first 2 games of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers season, has equaled his sack production of his entire Jets career. He already has 1 sack. Boom. It's in the books already. It happened week 1. So Hassan Reddick has already matched that. And I've been hearing, because I'm starting to, again, behind enemy lines and start studying the opponent. We have our third-party Thursday, so I like being as prepared as possible. And Buccaneers people drool over Hassan Reddick, saying he's their best pass rusher. He looks awesome. Oh, he's terrific. And, yeah, he already has a sack in the book. He's all lined up from last season.
Yeah, I was talking about that with somebody else the other day about Hassan Reddick. I ain't got nothing really to say. I mean, dude,
you're gonna boo him.
What?
Are you gonna boo him?
Am I gonna boo him from the?
Hell yeah, wherever the hell you are, it doesn't matter.
To be honest, he don't even really move my needle like that. Like I just don't even care for him. I don't even care for him. He wasn't here. I don't care for him.
Yeah, but okay. Some people in my life have come and gone, and I'm indifferent to their existence. I'm like, I don't care. No love, no hate. I have absolute hate for Hassan Reddick and how it was not an indifferent, like with all due respect, Arthur Millette. Does anyone remember him here? Yeah, sort of, but I can't name one play where I'm like, Arthur Millette. You remember that one time? No, you don't? Okay, me neither. Okay? Let's be honest. Hassan Reddick, there is a loathing hate for that individual. I see him, our YouTube thumbnail, him in that goofy ass smile at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Woo! I'm having the time of my life. Oh, actually, I have it right here. Hang on a second. Here it is right here. Okay? Here's this goofy motherfucker. Let's put him up on the screen. Okay? Look at that on the left.
Damn.
Ooh-wee. I'm happy. Look at me. I'm in Florida. I was going to say South Beach, but I don't know where the hell Tampa Bay is to Miami, Jacksonville. I got no friggin' clue. I don't know maps. But okay. But look at this man smiling ear to ear. He's like, woo-wee. I'm having the time of my life. Fuck you, Hassan Reddick. Fuck you, buddy.
See, yeah, I guess you're really deep in it. You put him on the thumbnail. That's kind of crazy because when I think about the Bucs, I think about 15 more valuable players than Hassan Reddick. I don't think he is moving the needle, whatsoever. So that I guess that's what it is. I'm trying to.
You're saying that Hassan Reddick will not be in the Wudi 3 later this week?
No, probably not. Probably not. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, damn. That was last year. I'm trying to. We trying to end this drought. Yeah, we trying to end this drought. Now, if you're a needle mover, if it's Max Crosby, TJ Watt, I was thinking about TJ Watt, but just hot sauce real quick, and then that's it. That's what I'm talking about. So this is my last question.
Okay.
I don't know if you have a question under this.
Yeah, I just wrapped it up, but I have one more. If we go to it, I do have one more.
You just said you wrapped up, so I don't even know
well,
what you wrapped
up. I always have more. I'm always
Oh,
prepared for more.
Okay. But this is the point that came to me last night.
Okay.
And it was something that we never picked back up on, because before the Steelers game, you said something that you found something that was very interesting.
Ooh, okay.
You talked about how Aaron Rodgers mentioned the unscouted snaps. Unscouted looks, sorry.
Yeah, could decide the game in a week 1, 40 to 60%. Yeah.
Yes. And I think unscouted looks did play a huge role in that game. And once the Steelers got wise to it, they were in the backfield. The Jets could not really drive in the fourth in the fourth quarter, really. And now the Bills come in and punch them in the mouth, punch us, the Jets, in the mouth.
Sure. Yeah.
Even though it was Josh who really got punched, literally, figuratively, it was us getting that punch.
Right in the face, yeah.
So when you look at teams like the Eagles, you know what they're going to do, but they're still able to execute. You know exactly where they're going, what they're about to do, but you're still able to execute. The Lions have been a team like that. The Ravens have been a team like that with execution. I thought with this offensive line, that okay, it's clear we're going to run the ball all day, but with the execution, we are still able to open up holes. Scout our looks. Don't matter. It's good coaching. It's the fundamentals. That's what I thought AG was stacking, right? And that was not the case. So my question is, can the Jets improve their scouted look, the looks that they've already shown to the world? Can they improve their execution, or do we got to throw them out the window and now try to, come up with completely different scripts for the next couple games?
What's funny is my final question that I said I didn't have, but maybe I had if we needed to go into the pantry for it, basically ends up equating to being the same thing that you just asked, and it's this, and then we'll answer it. Is who are the real Jets? Week 1, they look like this. Week 2, they look like that. So, who are the real Jets? Which one's real? Or is it option C, somewhere in the middle, probably? So we go to scouted looks, unscouted looks. Week 1 was a lot of unscouted looks. Week 2 was more scouted looks. Buffalo seemed to do better when they had the scouted looks. So what is the counterpunch for Tanner Engstrand? He got to have surprise, motherfucker, from Dexter. He had that week 1. And all of a sudden, I'm on to you in week 2. And now week 3, we have Tampa Bay, who's coming in as high can be, 2-0. Jets are 0-2. Bucs are rolling. Jets are limping in. And I think what it is, to me, is I think the Jets got a little too full of their own cheese, if I'm being honest. I think they were eating the moral cookies after week 1. That's my fear. And that's not a good sign for the coaching staff, but you can learn. It's not over. That's what my thought. Because if you hear a lot of the comments from post week 1, and again, I told you guys at the beginning of this that questions could coexist from previous weeks. It's not just Bills. Is that the way Justin Fields said, a lot of people didn't expect this from us in a loss. The 30-something points they put up, 32 points. AG saying, hey, there's a lot to build on here. And I think they got a little too full of their own cheese and thought they were here, and they're here. And then there was a slice of humble pie waiting in the window with the cartoon as we're all floating over. Ooh, the cat floating over. with the old smoke just hitting us in the nose, and we're like, oh yeah, what's all this about? And then we got punched in the face, just as Josh Allen did by Michael Clemens. Not nearly as painful, but now we head into week 3. So to me, I think it's for the Jets. It's getting back to basics. Get the ball in Breece Hall's hands in open space. Every time we've done it, it's been a massive play, and we haven't gotten back to it. Let's go. Let's do some bread and butter. Pick your 4 or 5 best plays and do it again and again and again. I'm what's his name? The Driver actor from the Star Wars movies, Adam Driver, of like more. That's what I want. I want those 4 or 5 plays, and I don't give a shit how pretty it looks. Deliver results, and then hit it. They stop it. Okay, go to play B. Hit it. Play C. So I want them to reduce the playbook, stop the cute shit, the Arian Smith wide receiver reverse.
That was crazy.
Breece Hall. We got him now. Arian Smith, negative 10-yard loss, and then drive dead. And I'm like, whoa, what are we doing? Let's stick to basics. You want to start learning advanced when we're both Taekwondo martial arts practitioners. We are, James Wudi. You want to know people out there in the universe? When I do sparring, that used to be my favorite thing to do. It's a fight. You put on a sparring gear and you're fighting with someone else. You want to know the person I feared the most when I got into a ring with somebody was a white belt. You may go, white belt? I'm a white belt. White belt doesn't know shit. They do all kinds of crazy ass shit that you can't expect. There's all kinds of crazy nonsense out there. Okay. The black belts, while they are at a higher level of technique, there's a dance to it. What the Jets need to do is stop doing the crazy shit. I don't teach people. When I was a black belt teaching white belts, I wasn't teaching them, hey, let me show you a 450 backspin kick with an apple off your head. I didn't show them that on day 1. I didn't show them that on day 2. You do the basics. You do your forms. You do your Husinsus. We're going through that stuff well before you do your other stuff. So it's basics. I don't want to see any crazy Ben Johnson fake fumble plays. Let's save that for next year. Let's save that for later in the season. I want to see bare basics, because when they did some of the bare basics against the Bills, it seemed to work with Breece Hall. Let's go back to those. I think that's it. A very long answer to your question.
Yeah, I would like the record to reflect that I have no issue with Tanner Anderson. I think if he had better quarterback play, the game would have been different. But I think he called a good game. To be honest, I think he did. And then this was kind of the issue with my guy. He's not dead. He's just not in the Jets anymore. Matt LaFleur. No, is that his name? No, Mike LaFleur.
Oh,
Mike LaFleur. But
you you went like, oh man, hey guys, here's my guy, John Wudi. James Wudi.
Well, first of all, Matt LaFleur is a real person, so it's not like they have two.
John Woody's a real person. Don't be shaming on John Wudi. He's out there.
Oh my God. This is their parents' fault. They could have named them two.
Well, that's also true. Matt and Mike really seem very close, unnecessarily. I don't understand.
Yeah. But Mike, our guy, I thought he was a really good OC, but eventually, you're looking at the points, and like points are not on the board, and then you're blaming him, and everyone's like, "Oh, can't get worse than LaFleur," and then of course enter Nathaniel Hackett. Like, I don't remember Adam Gase, who was worse than them both. Like, it's crazy. How you guys, I feel like after every week, some of you guys just take the Men in Black and just forget about, everything that's happened to us for the 15 years of suffering. But that's an aside. All I'm saying is I think Tanner called a good game with Tyrod at the helm, call a similar game. Tyrod will hit open guys. Breece will be fantastic in space like he always is. And we do have a special guest this Thursday for Third Party Thursday.
Mm-hmm. We do. And he will give us the Bucs insight. And I'm looking for every other future week as we get ready for the Dolphins on Monday Night Football game, one of our lone primetime games of the year. I'm looking forward to that, one of our very few primetime games of the year. So we'll have a lot of breakdowns for that. Wudi, a fun show for sure. I have to get ready for the first theater show of my life. I'm going to Hamilton this evening. Normally I'm a football guy, not a thespian guy. But
wow.
I am. It's a gift for my fiance. Our 11-year anniversary was last month, so I surprised her with these tickets, front row seats, very expensive, by the way, for people.
Damn, what?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. So I had to give up my left kidney. Hopefully, I don't need that later in life, which was tough. Yeah. Pour one out. Don't pour one out for me because I can no longer drink it because I lost that kidney. So that would have helped process some of what you would have poured out there. But I'm not sure if that's how the organs work, but that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is this, is I'm going to this theater show tonight. I'm dressing up. I just got a haircut. You can't see because I'm all, kind of hatted up as normal, but suit and tie and all this wonderful jazz. I'll be going out on the town tonight for some theater shows. So that is on the docket next. So I must prepare for those festivities and the first theater show of my life. And I will give a full report that you guys didn't ask for in the near future.
Absolutely. Hey, have a wonderful time with your lady. Happy belated anniversary. What a beautiful family y'all have. What a beautiful time you guys will have tonight.
Sure.
So enjoy. Forget about all the nonsense of the New York Jets this past weekend. Just, live in the moment, be present with each other. And you guys all watching, be present Thursday at 3 p.m. Baby. And when we said we are going to be talking Tampa Bay, New York Jets, it's Ty God season. Woo! Might be getting the first win now that Ty God's playing. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Yeah, hey, can the defense stop anything? Can they stop anything at all? We don't know, but we'll talk about it.
That's for sure. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Again, I will see you guys tomorrow morning for Boy Green Daily. And again, make sure you guys check out the Trevor Sikkema interview of Pro Football Focus and so many other shows. He's been great. He's been on the last 2 weeks, Rich Eisen show, Dan Patrick show. He's on NFL Network. I mean, he's a friggin' superstar. Jets, Bucs, and a lot of other fun stuff. Hopefully, you guys can check that out. Again, if you're a Boy Green Coffee Club member, you can see that right now. If you're watching live, it'll be available to the public in full flower tomorrow on Wednesday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Hit subscribe for both me and Wudi. Take Flight Talk and Boy Green. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see ya. Take care.